Hey, Gavax here. So, Market Monday, how people are making millions from working the market in a variety of ways. And I just, like, right off the bat, I just want to retread old ground before we get into the new stuff. Ultimate Kickoff. Watch yourself and hopefully this doesn't happen to you. We'll talk about training. We got a lot of things going on, rewards, packs, that kind of stuff. What time of the week you should buy and sell. A lot of stuff going on this week. So, let's get to it, a method. All that good stuff. Gap pack method. People don't understand like why it works. Oh, why can you just pull a pack and then consistently make profit? Well, I'll tell you why. Not a lot of people want to do it. It's kind of boring. Some people have gotten actually computers to do it for them, pull packs, post them, that kind of stuff. And, that's kind of awful. But we know EA's bad with the bots. Just check current gen leaderboards for squads or seasons, and it's chock full of bots because EA is incompetent at the job. But stuff like this happens, right? People construct theme teams and they'll pay mightily for theme teams, right? 4,900 coins for it. So that's just like one of them, right? And then like I list other guys up there, and these are just me trying to clear up my binder. I'm trying to make coins, just in general. Another one's 6,900 because Cowboy fans needed their middle linebacker. So like people just go through here, and I guess that's really a lot of the silvers I sold. I had a lot of cards to sell off, but people go through there and they'll buy overpriced silvers, right? And like you see the other ones I'm listing in for like 600, 900. So that's really why it's profiting, right? Because there's not a huge supply of some of the cards, and people get desperate and just like buy the one up on the block that's there to fill out their theme team. So just want to let you guys know, one of the reasons why it is, you can avoid the sets, just like pull 20 gap packs and then list them between games. That's all you have to do, and you're gonna make a profit. It's not that bad. Get out of the way, get a player packs, not get a gold player, not get a gold. Those are generally L's. They were better before EA gave everybody in the training basically the free. Was it training or players? I forgot. Or was it special offers? I don't remember. But anyways, they gave everybody the free Campus Hero power-ups. Otherwise, those sets were amazing, profitable. It is like, the downside of that. The fact that there was a very profitable method of exchanging cards for other cards and then listing when you got a hit. And EA took that away. And so, like, that's kind of like the downside of EA listening to us. But, EA took away our ability to profit off the market. And, that's really kind of what they want to do a lot of times. They hate investors. All right. So just talking about the old one, right? We'll talk about another method here in a second. I do want to show off something that we saw on the Mutt sub. So this person had an awful thing happen to him. Basically, they went in and bid for a 300 something coin card. And what I think happened, they go through it, it popped up on their screen, 300, so it popped up even, bidding at 361 coins, and then all of a sudden it said they bid like 200,000 coins. So I think what happened is somebody else bid the 200,000. You could do that on the app, and then he accidentally rebid there. So I don't know why EA doesn't just put up the bid for 319. If it doesn't succeed, then you don't actually do it. But watch out for those like low priced bid only cards. Don't put bids on them. Is basically what we're seeing, and kind of lesson for that. That is brutal. That is brutal. As for the market, the general overall trend, it's held steady basically since Saturday. It is an unusual case of Saturday Legends not really tanking much, except for obviously some Legend cards that you could have found some snipes on, which were nice. Like I said, snipe them when they come out of packs and then list them a little bit later in the week. Now, you might be asking yourself, what day of the week should I list and snipe at? Well, we basically saw this past week what you should do, right? Auction house. It bled it out correctly, right? Thursday. The problem is, like, we got weekend league rewards Thursday. We got solo battle rewards. We got a lot of things on Thursday. And then we also got the limiteds. So it was kind of like a confluence that we probably won't see again, since we're going to get solo battle rewards on Mondays now. Weekend league probably on Tuesdays, along with team of the week tomorrow, which we'll talk about in a second. But like, generally it looks like the limiteds on Thursday, because there's no training reroll this year. And remember what I said last week about training rolls and how those things actually make the market go up slightly, if not stay the same. With none of that for guys like Waller, and Waller was like, he was pulled a lot for, right? People pulled a lot of packs for that, and that kind of pulling lowers prices because people get a lot of they either take their coins and buy packs for them to try and pull them, or they get money, they pull packs, and then they just list those on the block, and that also lowers the price. So it looks like Thursday is the day that kind of like the market is going to go down now, but Wednesday, from what we're seeing, because of like, the rerolls and stuff, because there is one, because people use training to reroll, and if there is a really nice card that they bring out on a wild card Wednesday, we saw flashback heavyweights, maybe they come out with something There's Campus Heroes. I don't know what could they come out with next. Veterans are generally kind of boring though. So it really depends on what promo they come out with. As long as it's like a great card, people are woeful it. But that Wednesdays could be like the last day that you want to do sell. So that's kind of the sell day, right? That's kind of what we're sitting at this week. At least looking for the foreseeable future. Beginning of the week into Wednesday is where you sell. And then Thursday is really kind of the buy day with everybody pulling for the new limiteds. As long as the limiteds are good. If the limiteds are trash, nobody's really going to really care, and the market's not going to be as crazy down as it was. So a lot of it does depend on, like, you know, the meta factors, like what cards are coming out, what we're seeing in the foreseeable future. We do have Thursday. Now, here's something that's going to kind of like turn it on its back. We talked about Team of the Week. And preseason Team of the Week, generally the market's not affected too much by Team of the Week. They could change it this year. There's some decent exchange sets, that kind of stuff. But generally, like, you know, cards come out. Those cards go into the Team of the Week sets. We don't really have a reroll for Team of the Week until a little bit later in the year. So really, Team of the Week's kind of like market normal. We'll do a video tomorrow on Team of the Week when it releases, if they decide to do a preseason Team of the Week so far. So, Ultimate Kickoff. This is what we got last year, okay? Kind of a big deal with limited Brandon Cooks. He was like the best wide receiver for a long time because it was a man coverage meta early last year, and he hit 90 deep route running powered up. Or you could have put lockdown on him last year. But anyways, Brandon Cooks was crazy good last year, and really one of the best offensive weapons in the game. He just outran dudes because man shaded over the top with like purples was the meta last year, and he was one of the guys who just threw on a post route and win. But him, we got Byron Jones too. Wow, it had some good cards, right? It had some good cards. So I had to expect something similar, right? A cornerback, wide receiver, halfback. We might get a quarterback in here, depending on what they go. We got Phillip Rivers last year at 85. But that's kind of it, right? The Ultimate Kickoff. It's another sets within sets kind of promo. Basically, you take a low card, you put it into hero set. You take hero cards, you put it into Byron Jones sets. And that's the promo. All right, it's you know, Mutt's gotten very, I guess, mindless with their promos, it feels lately. And maybe we'll get a reroll, we get solos, some rewards. Hopefully we get a house rules, like we did, I think, last year we got back to school house rules. That was kind of cool. College overtimes, that was awesome. I love college overtime house rules. We got a lot of that college now in Superstar KO, so maybe they'll skip that for that. But yeah, hopefully they're generous. I'm not going to go too much. You can't really read into last year's promo that much and say, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen. But it's generally kind of like a look ahead. You know, we still got one more method to get to, but I want to look ahead what's potentially coming Thursday, I'm guessing. This launched Thursday last year. You know, the first football game is Thursday, so it makes a lot of sense to launch the Ultimate Kickoff. But I'm not showing you anything new here, right? There's literally, it's just the same thing. And it's sad, but that's kind of Mutt. Sets within sets. All right, so with that said, let's talk about the methods that we're seeing online. We talked about this last week. Obviously, people doing the Reggie Bush set. So what the whole Reggie Bush set and how do you get 389s for basically cheap, but cheap kind of. So 389s, you roll this Campus Heroes player pack 3 times, do the Reggie Bush set, either quick sell Reggie Bush or sell them on the block. And then basically you get all your coins back, so you get 389s for the price of 1 because Reggie Bush quick sells for 7,000 training. So that's kind of like what people are saying, and then you can do it over and over again, right? You can then, you know, quick sell Reggie Bush for 7,000 and then roll this twice more. Then you just got to buy 1 more, 89 overall, and you can keep doing that to get 3 nat 89s for the price of 1 auctionable 89. That's good for building your team if you have that kind of coin stack. Otherwise, what's nice about that is the fact that it's made Reggie Bush basically the cheapest training on the entire auction house because people are doing that thing, getting their 89s. So what you then are able to do is take like a 91 overall Reggie Bush, and if you see right here in my training spreadsheet, which I updated a little earlier, the 91 Reggie Bush at 55 per is the cheapest on this list. So what people have been doing, and I want to show you Reggie Bush and how much he's going for right now. And obviously you could try and find other cards cheaper. He's up to 396 right now. So he's up 9K more than where I had him. So let's go 396. But this varies through the day. So 57, still the cheapest by far. But if you consider, 5% far, it's decent. But 90s are close. There it is, okay? So people have been taking these Reggie Bushes, and they've bought them. And then when you go ahead and look at, let me reset all the filters, you look at 80 overalls. and you look at the 80 overalls, you look at those filters, and these things are sitting pretty at like 9.5, 9.7. These probably will sell in a few minutes, but of course you got to wait the entire hour for them to sell. You're like, oh, okay, 9.5, 9.7, that's a solid price. But of course, when you filter down further, you see these campus heroes are much cheaper. 9.2, I could filter down even more. Looks like, you know, I was seeing these things at 8.5 on that filter right there. There's 8.5. All right, so when you filter down, you get about 8.5. And you're like, wow, that's an entire 1,000 coins difference between what you can sell them for. But this is what we always talk about, overpricing cards. Because people are lazy when they filter. And you, the middleman, and, you know, most of America's money are made by middleman, want to be able to take advantage of the lazy people, right? You want to deliver them these expensive products so that way they overpay for them and that way you can bank. So you go and you list this at 9,600 and you're like, wow, okay, I can overlist that. But like 9,600 minus 10% tax, that's kind of like right around 8,500, is not much there. And obviously, you know, there's sniping opportunity and stuff. But what people are doing is you're looking at 9,700, you're like, okay, how can I do that? Because 9,500, 9,400 is 85 per. If you raise this to 97, which I recommend probably 96 if you want to sell it at, but 97 looks like it's probably going to sell here. 88 per. And you guys know my absolute favorite word in MUT in the market. Oh, get ready for it. We're going to say it, boys. We're going to say it. Oh, it's coming. Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Arbitrage. Arbitrage, 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 the best word. Okay, so you take your 57 per, and then people, and you know what? I've seen varied numbers on this roll from 11% to 14%, and the differences between 11% and 14% is sometimes between profit and loss. And if you don't have a lot of coins, you're going to have a small sample size, and there's a huge chance you're going to take an L. So never, never, never do a method. And the thing about method is, if people start doing them, a lot of people start doing them, they die. They die. This is at the end of the video. So only real ones are here, right? Because they could very well not work when the market adjusts just by a few percentage points. It literally, that's why I love loopholes, and that's why like loopholes are the best thing ever, because everybody eats. Methods, like, you know, the market can adjust to them, right? The gap pack method, it's been tuned, it's been solid for years, and that's why I don't have a problem saying that over and over, because generally it's just so mind numbing. Not a lot of people do it. But people are basically paying 4,600 training. Okay, so if you go like, okay, equals 460 times 57, which it currently is at, costs you 26,000 to do it, and you're getting like 9.6 out of an 80. Okay, and so let me make this easier to look at. 26,000 to do that roll. 26,000 coins. You guys, I can see that, right? Yeah, you can see that. But if you get like a 14% chance at an 89, and you're selling these things for around 200K, okay, equals 0.14 times 200,000, 28,000 just from that percentage chance alone. Now, if you lower that down a little bit, you're losing, but then you're getting the 80s every other one. So this is why people are profiting, and that percentage could be high, right? EA could have changed its percentage since I saw it from Herky before. Herky, you guys know, is, you know, the best dang roller I know. Him and I guess Tomato Boy is pretty good too, but the best dang stat guys in the MUT community for rolling and keeping track. Okay, so with that said, like, people are profiting off it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. But that only lasts until, you know, everybody kind of finds it out and keeps profiting. So they're methods. And methods have their places. What else? Let me look at the rest of my... overall market effects over the weekend. I can't believe I didn't do this off the top. I'm sorry that I left this to the bottom. I should, like, edit this video around, but I'm not going to. We did see a little bit of a slight market crash. And actually, did I talk about this? Maybe I did. Maybe did I talk about it in my head? I don't know. We did see a little bit of a market crash with Campus Heroes. And then it just like bounced back up because of the rolls, right? It just bounced right back up because people were training sucking. So like that's what I'm talking about with the training rolls. Those things keep the market the same, if not raise it up sometimes, as people get the new cards. Generally, overall, when you add a training roll into the game, the market stays pretty similar. You don't really see too much of a crash. You don't see too much of a rise. it basically like what's the great thing about this is it really does keep the game pretty steady, at least for card values. So the economist or whoever put this into EA, good job. Whoever thought of this. This is kind of like same as the zone drop guy. These rerolls for training that have basically brought value to old cards. And how many years have we said this? Bring value to old cards, and they did it with this, and this is great. So I just want to praise them again this year. I do it once a year, give them praise, and just rip on them for all the other dumb things they do. Packs. It's wild how bad packs have been this year. Legend packs took a nerf from last year. Basically, like all pro packs got like doubled in price. All pro game changer bundle, but like over the last few years, like we've had like glitchy packs, right? At least one of them. Like last year was all pros. The year before was like pro fantasy packs or whatever it was. But we don't really have that guy this year or gal pack. I don't know. Like, why would I gender a pack? I don't know, man. I'm messed up. It's late at night. It's not late at night. What am I doing? I'm just boomer visioning it. So I'm disappointed in that. I am really disappointed that we don't have like that like one spectacular pack that the entire community looks forward to coming out, right? Because remember like when we got all pros like every other Monday last year? Oh, that was Craigasm. That was actually a market rocker, right? Because like how often do I have to say packs are basically the reason why the market's affected, and the supply drop and the drop of the cards are the reason why the market gets affected on a meta level most of the time. There's plenty of other ways of doing it, but that's too long. This video's already gone too long. I'm already getting criticism for ranting about a whole bunch of different stuff from people in the comment section, so I apologize for that. I should just shut up. Yeah, we talked about playbooks last week. It looks to be on the up and up. Yeah, hopefully it looks to be on the up and up, right? I got that as a note. With EA giving out the rewards, more 89s. I know they're an NCAT, and I hate NCATs. I've always hated NCATs, but whatever helps people get teams. Now I've coming around on it. I used to be all about the market and giving people a lot of rewards that are marketable, but the tone's kind of shifted in the community, and so you know what? If people like it, I'm not going to poop on their dreams, even though I would have preferred all auctionable, just for maximum return and chaos. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys like it. Please sub. We're going for 100K. These Market Mondays have been struggling on views. We need the upvotes. If the Market Mondays still lag the channel on views, they're gone, dude. We don't care. We'll slit its freaking throat. We'll throw Market Monday into the ditch face down. You guys ever know, if you ever find me face down in a ditch, turn me over. See you again.